Hello, this is Chris, and this is my guided meditation. This is something that I try to practice every day, incorporating a few different exercises and tools that I layer on top of each other. There's a lot of repetition, um, but it's important for me because it's based upon neuroplasticity. And what neuroplasticity is that we can change the thought processes in our head. So I try to reinforce the more positive ones. It is also a gift that I give to myself each day. To me, it's like working out each day for a better body or for better health. And the guided meditation is something that I do for myself for a better mind and a healthier way of living. So instead of talking more about it, you can reach out to me and ask me about it, but I'm just going to just jump right into it. I typically relax. I set the scene for myself. I lay back in my recliner chair. I put my eye things on to block out that, and I typically have another audio recording on, which is waves crashing, just to block out other sounds so I can center myself and come into myself. And with that, I will just start my meditation. I start by simple breathing. This is a very well known, and yeah, it's just a very well known thing to do to begin centering yourself and to calm yourself and to relax. So I breathe in and out 3 times, and I just feel the way that the breath is coming into my nose and leaving my nose, and that is the start of it. So let's begin. With each breath, I settle deeper into the chair, deeper into myself. I allow the chair to hold my weight, the earth to hold my weight. I allow myself the grace to accept the invitation of the universe, God, a higher power, to hold me and cradle me in aloha. Love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy. I turn my attention to my mind, my thought patterns, my neural pathways. The old actions, reactions, and coping mechanisms are there, engraved like deep, deep ruts in a road. I liken it to a part of the road on the way to Papacolia, where, after dozens of years of the locals ferrying tourists out to the green sand beach, the ruts are like a maze of mini canyons. The walls of the ruts can be over twice as high as the pickup trucks that travel them. The ruts are deep, old, the actions, reactions, and coping mechanisms. They served a small child and young man well, so I appreciate them. They kept me safe, kept me sane, and kept me moving forward. But it is time to move back past them, beyond them, as they now inhibit my journey with purpose, passion, and authenticity towards self actualization. I would never do it to the part of the road to Papacolia, as it is part of its charm, but for my mind, those deep, deep ruts and old paths have to go. So I imagine bringing in a team of bulldozers, flattening out that red dirt coastal plain. It is time for new neural pathways, straighter ones, healthier ones, ones of aloha. love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy. More direct paths so I can move with purpose, passion, and authenticity towards self actualization. Standing on that flat red dirt coastal plain, I do another centering exercise, a grounding exercise, to dive deeper into myself and away from all the noise of the day. It's simple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things that I can see, 4 things I can hear, 3 things I can feel, 2 things I can smell, 1 thing I can taste. I see the packed red dirt underneath me, almost like a red clay. Off to my right, I can see the blue-green swells of the ocean. I can see the black lava rock coastline, enormous slabs, boulders, pebbles, and everything in between that will turn into a black sand beach in thousands of years. I can see the white foam of a crashing surf, the tips of the waves as they crash into the black coastline. Off in the distance, there is the green sand beach, light green, olive green. It's made in a very unique set of circumstances in a volcano. Crushed olivine, a semi-precious stone. There are only 4 beaches like it in the world that we know of. Hearing is a bit harder on this desolate coastal plain, alone, peaceful. The howling of the wind is ever present, so close to South Point, the southernmost point in the U.S. In a direct line, there's only ocean for more than half the globe to Antarctica. The crashing of the waves is also a constant, the sweep of the water being drawn outward and then curling with the incoming ocean to create waves that pound at the black lava rock coastline. Alone, you may hear the occasional gull or other seabird calling out to each other, though it is hard to hear much of anything over the wind and the waves. Finally, the 4th thing to hear is whistling, the whistling of the wind through blowholes, cracks, and crevices. 3 things to feel. I can feel the solidness of the red packed dirt underneath me. Exposed on the coastal plain, I can feel the tropical sun beating down on me. I can feel the cool ocean wind and breezes whisking the sweat off of me so that I am both warm and cool at the same time. 2 things that I can smell. The earthy smell of the red dirt on the coastal plain is an ever-present scent, as well as the tangy smell of the surf. All of the rich aromas brought to me on the breezes. Taste is salt, but from 2 different sources. There is the salt of my sweat as it drips down my brow and face to my lips and the corner of my mouth. There is also the gentler saltiness of the brine carried by the ocean breezes. Centered, grounded on that coastal plain, I now do another grounding exercise. I imagine roots growing from my fingertips and feet. They intertwine and grow thick as they dive deep down into the earth like an ancient oak tree. Grounded, safe, secure, ready for the next part of my guided meditation. I turn my thoughts back to my mind, my body, and the cells that are me. I release all the stress, tenseness, anxiety, and negativity into my body so that it is just a swirling mass of darkness like black and gray clouds, swirling, circulating, and spiraling within me. I release all the negative thoughts into that are encased within my cells and memory. The anger, the anxiety, the depression, the hurt, the pain, the what ifs, the could have beens, the loneliness and despair, the disconnection, the harshness at myself, the intrusive thoughts and the guilt. I now turn my thoughts to the kind and gentle universe, God, a higher power, and the night sky. With the bright, white, warm light of the positive energy as a backdrop, I think of the sky littered with points of light and begin to build my net. Each point of light in the night sky has a name attached to it. Past, present, and future. They are people that love me, care about me, and want the best for me. The names could fill a book, fill a library. Some of the points of light don't have names. Some have been forgotten in the mists of time. Some are people that I have not met yet. Some are simply people like me, unknown, that send out thoughts, prayers, positive energy to any who might need it. The strands of the net begin to form with the connections between me and all those people. The weave of the net becomes thicker and stronger with the interconnections of all those people. All those people are interconnected somehow, some closer, some further, but all forming the weave of the net. The net is safety, security. I can trip and stumble into depression, but I cannot fall into the dark pit of despair. The depression and other things want to tell me that I am alone, utterly alone. But the net catches me, cradles me, reminds me that I am not alone. I have never been alone. I never will be alone. For the purpose of the meditation, the net becomes something different, a focal point, a focus for that warm, bright, white light of positive energy. It passes through the net, gaining even more warmth and brightness of aloha, love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy. It focuses on the top of my head and enters my mind, pushing the darkness and the negativity down. I allow myself the grace of the universe, God, higher power to sweep into me, pushing the darkness down as it touches every part of me, releasing tension, anxiety, and the last vestiges of negative energy, pulling it from my cells like a poultice. The top of my head, my brow, easing the lines of tension that have formed. My mind, my eyes, my nose and mouth, my tongue, my chin, the back of my head, my chin and ears, and then down into my throat and neck, pushing the darkness down into my shoulders that used to carry so much weight. Atlas shrugged. The swirling darkness and negative energy are pushed down from my shoulders by the warm white light of the universe. Each thought, each movement of the light, an invitation to parts of my body to relax, my biceps, my elbows, my forearms, my wrists, hands, fingers, and finally my fingertips. The darkness and negative energy are then pushed down into the roots by the warm white light of the universe. I turn my attention to my chest, my heart energy. The positive energy pushing down into my solar plexus and abdomen, drawing the darkness and negative energy from my ribs, my back, my kidneys, my lower back, and into my hips. Touching, caressing, massaging. My lower abdomen, my pelvis, my genitals, the base of my spine, and then down into my legs. Existing in peace within myself, the warm white light pushes down into my thighs, my knees, my shins and calves, my ankles, and then into my feet and toes. Filled with the warm white light, the darkness and negative energy is pushed down into the roots, down, down, deep into the earth, because the earth can take it, handle it. Like the great oak tree that transforms carbon dioxide into life-giving oxygen, so the earth filters and scrubs the negative energy and transforms it into positive energy to send back into the world for the people who need it. It is a thought, a prayer, and can be a special intention for people I know or a general intention for anybody who needs it. With the warm white light of the universe coursing through me, the aloha, love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy, I set my intentions for the evening and the following day. I begin with the general intentions, the common ones I invoke, manifest every day. To live aloha, be aloha. Love, affection, peace, compassion, mercy. To offer it to myself and others. To continue my journey of purpose, passion, and authenticity towards self-actualization, whether it is tiny steps or great leaps, knowing that just the thought itself, even if I do not get anything done, is enough, and not to beat myself up about the small steps or non-steps, and that is a part of self-mercy. Specific intentions are more in response to the day's events, manifesting my daily growth towards things that are happening. I want to sleep, fall asleep quickly and wake up rested, filled with joy and energy. I want to continue my purpose with writing, thoughts, ideas, and continue crafting the life I want for myself. I want peace, shutting out the constant noise of the day, the worries that I cannot do anything about, except that I cannot do anything about them except wait and live in the present. I want a better understanding of the one part of aloha that still escapes me, mercy, mercy for myself. With my daily meditation, my exercise coming to a close, I need to return to the here and now where I am, outside of myself, but still retaining the inner peace I found. Gently, ever so gently, with soft eyes, wiggling my toes and fingers more and more as I do the countdown, moving and shifting parts of my body. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I come back into my room underneath my blankets by counting down through my chakras, noticing them, trying to align them, or really just think about what they represent. My energy centers vibrating and in rhythm to the positive energy of the universe coursing through me. It's really just to consider them more and to consider what they represent as I come back into myself. 7, my root chakra at the base of my spine. Red, related to earth and smell, associated with grounded physicality and emotionally. Survival, self-preservation, connecting my body with the earth. 6, sacral chakra in the lower abdomen, lower back. Orange, related to water and taste, associated with sexuality, emotions, eroticism, pleasure, creativity, sensation, and flow. Ease of change, fluidity, balanced emotions, and the daily spark of life. 5, solar plexus chakra, upper abdomen between navel and sternum. Yellow, related to fire and sight, associated with ego, will, personal boundaries, identity and logical thought. Healthy use of personal power, ample personal energy, strong confidence, and self-esteem. 4, heart chakra, center of chest at heart level. Green, related to air and touch, related to love, integration, self-love, compassion, healing, relationships, connection to the universe, divine love. Ability to feel compassion, healthy or healing intimate relationships, inner peace, no barriers to healing. 3, throat chakra, center of throat, light blue, related to sound and hearing, associated with communication, self-expression, creativity, truth, authenticity. Ability to express oneself and manifest personal essence in the world, clear communication, honesty and integrity, rich creative life. 2, brow chakra, third eye, forehead, between and slightly above the eyebrows. Indigo, related to sixth sense, intuition, and light. Associated to sight, both physical and intuitive, insight, intellect, and intuition. Ability to see clearly, both literally and figuratively, wisdom, clear understanding, perspective, and insight. 1, crown chakra, top of head, white or violet. Related to thought, consciousness, associated with deep self-knowledge, spiritual life, sense of oneness and community, relationship with the divine, transcendence. Ability to have a sense of meaning and purpose, sense of wonder, and a feeling of kinship with all beings. I wiggle my toes and fingers, slip off the eye mask and headphones, and come back into the room where I am meditating. Come back into myself in the present, my immediate surroundings. I thank myself for allowing myself this time of self-care. If necessary, I repeat the grounding exercise, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but within my room. 5 things I can see in my room, 4 things I can hear in my room, 3 things I can feel, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. I slowly get up and immediately move to a yoga mat, where I do a few back exercises and stretching. Then I do some very basic yoga poses. I do 3 sets, 3 breaths of cat-cow with the deep breathing, and then settle into child pose for 3 more sets of deep breathing. Finally, I continue my day, usually taking some time to just relax and sip tea. Aloha. My personal guided meditation practice designed to alleviate anxiety and negativity. This routine includes deep breathing, visualization, and connecting with positive energy. The meditation emphasizes the importance of self-care, grounding techniques, and recognizing the interconnectedness of mind and body, fostering a path towards self-actualization. Thank you for joining me.